No way. 10 points. Oh, that's a moment, bro. That is a moment right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Geoguessr video. This is Zigzag here, and we are back on the road to number 1 in the world. In the last video, we peaked at 1270, but we're back down to number 190, which is still really good. I really want to see today, though, if we can push up into top 100. With a flawless run, it is possible. Let's get into the first game here and see if we are able to triumph. I really hope that we can start off with a win here against someone good, and our opponent is 1,000+ rated, so I like the look of that. Let's see if we can pull some nice first guesses here. So the first location appears to be somewhere in Europe based on the antenna. And we have these kind of holy poles which would remind me of Romania. Now, I would say this horse-drawn cart is a legitimate meta for Romania, so I'd actually say I'm pretty confident about this guess. It's kind of a funny meta, but yeah, Bulgaria and Romania have that really quite often. And it's just in northern Romania there, near Moldova. I would say even maybe the horse-drawn carts are even more common near Moldova. So yeah, it's a funny little meta there, and is a good result for the round 1 there, almost 1,000 points damage. Next one here, we have what appears to be something like a Luxembourg, I would say. We had a yellow rear plate there and these kind of standard European bollards. And yeah, we're going to be close there again. The front guess is not bad, but yeah, the bollards just didn't fit. So that's another 1,000 points damage. I'm liking our chances against Annie here. Annie seems to be, you know, relatively good at the vibes, but not so good at the specifics. This is Canada, I would say. Could be US still, so let's take a look at this direction. Can still be US, actually. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning US now. I would say like something like Illinois, though, is probably fitting best. A little bit of a hill here is concerning, perhaps, but yeah, I'll probably just take it middle Illinois here and hope for the best. Could be like Iowa. I don't know. This hill here is kind of too big for Illinois. I recognize that, but I just don't really know where exactly this will be. Maybe even Ontario is possible, but this kind of like trident pole probably feels a bit more American to me, at least for the places I think this can be. And so it is actually just Wisconsin, which makes sense. The Ontario guess in the middle there is interesting, but doesn't actually get any closer, so well played to her. But okay, next one here looks like Australia, which is something we can take full advantage of, I hope. This should be like Adelaide area, actually. Yeah, this looks like my backyard, guys. Yeah, we got short reflectors on the bollards. Let me show you that, guys. So yeah, when you see the reflector is like half the length of the normal one. That's most common in Adelaide area and in Queensland. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. We don't have the standard signpost, but we do have a Stobie pole in the background, so she'll probably get it, and she doesn't. She misses the pole in the background there, so that's going to be another good amount of damage here. As we head into the healing round, we should be considering that this should be, you know, our advantage here. Have we taken any damage? We have taken a little bit. This should just be somewhere in the Americas, I imagine. Could even not be, but like it's so negligible the amount of points we need to heal. It's fine. We have these red-topped signposts, which are actually Colombia. I happen to click in the right country there, so obviously Annie will get pretty close there and heal up to half health, which is fine for us. We're still playing well here. This looks like northeastern Brazil. I like this seed so far. We've actually gotten a fair amount of hard rounds. Yeah, northeastern Brazil here. Thinking about the state. Ooh, this could actually be like... I actually do not mind, like... I think this could be somewhere in Amapá, you know? A lot of these, like, smaller trees on the side of the road. I just think this could also be northeast, so I'm thinking maybe northeast is just safer here. Or maybe I click between. I think I click between in, like, Maranhão here. Because I'm not all the way confident about northeast, but I'm not confident about Amapá either. It is just northern Piauí there, so actually a really good guess from Annie. Good vibe guesses all around so far from her, but yeah, it's another 1.2k damage there, so it was just the next day over, which definitely makes sense in hindsight. I was kind of just overthinking a bit, I think. Okay, next one here is just going to be somewhere in Switzerland. It has not seemed that Annie knows her metas that well, so maybe just a quick guess like this could actually be the difference maker, because she may not realize it's low can. So we'll find out here how Annie goes, but yeah, should be interesting. I mean, we've got German here, and it is just Zurich. It probably said Zurich on that sign there, to be honest. I just did not catch it, but we're only 30 kilometers away, so it's 200 damage only, and we have to keep putting the pressure on here. I think that's really the best tactic. This looks like India, 2.5 times damage here. It will be India, and when it comes to this new coverage, as I've said like 10 times, maybe 20 times in the video so far, just click New Delhi. For at least at the time of recording, it should just be New Delhi. So yeah, and he actually knows it. Pretty impressive stuff here. The duel goes on, and as the multi rises, it gets more and more scary, because if there's a round I simply do not know, then we can still lose. This is winter coverage, a lot of white buildings. What does it say here? Ooh, this should be gettable. Do I recognize this place? I couldn't say Hamburg. It is Hamburg. We have Hamburg winter coverage here. I expect that Annie will get close here. That is my thought. Every time it's been urban, and especially European, she's managed to get it correct. But yeah, this winter coverage definitely is quite a Hamburg thing. If she's gone past this sign and not taken her time to think, then she could be in trouble though. Let's see. And it was just Hamburg, northern suburbs there. So yeah, pretty standard stuff there. And we do another 6 points damage. So holding on is Annie. 3.5 times damage now. It's Argentina. It's not the best country to get urban rounds on because it can feel fairly similar all around. I think going Buenos Aires is probably best here. I would say so. It's probably, for my money, it's probably either Rosario or BA, and I think BA is maybe more likely here, although could not really say. Could this still be Montevideo? We don't actually see any white number plates. Ooh. I think I may have actually fumbled this a little bit. I just assumed it was there, but I actually think it's going to be Montevideo instead, or that kind of region. Let's see if I'm right about that. It was just Montevideo. What a guess. Interesting. Just in the nick of time, apparently, has Annie come in here, and I could have really knocked her out if I had have just clicked Montevideo, unfortunately, but for some reason, I just assumed it was Arj. I don't know, because I've been practicing Arj, but not Uruguay, so there we go. Next one here, and the damage is a little bit scary now, so we have to get this correct. Feels like maybe Romania or something like that. Poles probably fit, but it is a little bit intimidating this round. Architecture does fit, but maybe feels a bit more Western. Feels a bit nicer, I would say. I think I'll go for that. Black back of the sign is what we'd love to see here, and I don't think we do see that at all. So, yeah, I think I just have to go for it and hope for the best here, guys. We could actually lose this duel after playing definitely a lot better so far. I just have to go for that. So we'll find out here what's actually going on. That looks like a blackish back of the sign. Let's move a spot here. Yeah, that is a Romanian sign. So we're at least fine here. Although now that I moved around, I think center of the country may fit better here. We'll see. We'll see actually what's going on here. It was actually where I clicked, fortunately. So quad damage, that may be enough. It's not quite enough. And he does get the country there. So we'll guess to her. And we now move on to a right-hand drive. I thought it was going to be It is going to be Hong Kong. That's a Hong Kong taxi right there. So I think we can get the knockout here. This is not necessarily an easy round, although these apartment buildings are quite distinctive. The fact that this looks like right-hand drive may throw a spanner in the works here for Annie. But yeah, this is like the typical Hong Kong taxi, red with white on the top. So yeah, we'll see if she gets it, and she will get it. Wow, this duel just refuses to end, and it's scary because 5 times damage. If we get just a Russia here, and I happen not to know where it is, then we're in trouble. Fortunately, it's not going to be Russia, but it looks like Mexico, like a lot of countries are not desirable at this type of multi. This is going to be probably Buenos Aires with the black license plate. I'm going to take my chance here, guys. This could just be Cordoba, in which case we're in serious trouble, but I don't think that our opponent would guess Cordoba and get it correct. That's my prediction, unless it's written somewhere, of course. But yeah, BA seems like a good option here as well. I guess that last time it was wrong, but this time we have the Argentinian number plates, and it is just BA, again going in the ocean. Oh man, the humiliation to get beaten by an ocean guesser. And we are still just pushing for that victory, but it's not come to us yet. And this one should be somewhere in Sri Lanka, I think, with this black and white kind of signpost here. Didn't really strike me as super Sri Lankan off the bat, so I want to take a time to make sure here, but this is Sri Lanka. Holy pole that's made of concrete is going to be somewhere in Sri Lanka. So region guess here, we could knock her out if we get the right region. I would say more southern, I think. So I'm going to guess like south and Colombo region here. Could be northern. We'll see. We'll see what this actually ends up being. And it is southern there, but will that be enough? It actually may be enough here. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, not often that you see a knockout on Sri Lanka there, but that is the result, and I have to say GG to Annie. Kind of an interesting player in many ways. I mean, I did not understand some of the guesses, and then some were really good, but we get those points, and that will definitely be crucial for pushing top 100 here. But obviously we need some more good wins. This one's against ZQI, who looks like they might be from Poland based on the profile picture, so we have to be careful about Eastern Europe for sure, which is already one of my weaker areas. Anyway, this one looks like it's probably going to be somewhere in Finland, I would have thought, or am I tripping? This is not an easy round, but those places are fairly big looking, so I think I should just guess. A double A is very, like, Finnish, I feel. And this is probably somewhere south. Can we actually see it? I don't see it anywhere, so I'll just guess here. Although I hope I can't see it just after I guess, right? Okay, it was actually just Turku. That does not surprise me that he was able to get so close there. So another 450 points, well, starting off with a 450 point loss is not ideal, but that's okay. Next one here, we're driving right. We got double yellows. This should just be somewhere in Taiwan. Confirming, yes, we are there. Country hall. Can we actually see any phone number? We could actually gain some points here. 03. I feel like is fairly northern here. I'm going to go in this city here. I feel like Taoyuan would still be like 2 or 1, so that's my logic here. But yeah, feeling fine here. Yeah, it's a fairly insignificant country to get before the multipliers come in. But okay, well, it's just there, and the Taipei guess is fair enough, and we're going to do a little bit of damage there. 195 back to ZQI. Okay, next round here is, we hope that it's something difficult. This looks something like something difficult. I think it's Mexico, right? Yeah, it looks like Mexico indeed. Do we have any number plate that helps? Not really. I could still see other countries, but yeah, this green street sign feels rather Mexican. So can we see any Mexican electricity counters? They kind of look like them, but they haven't been installed yet, so that's the problem here. Yeah, I do just think it's Mexico. Sun is completely obscured by the clouds, so I could actually see us being wrong here. But I think I just have to go for the guess. I mean, Bolivia is still possible here, to be honest. But the fact that these are around, I want to go max. So yeah, we're just gonna have to go for it here. Let's go like there. I don't know where this is actually gonna be. Let's take a look down the road here to see if we're correct. I mean, still unclear, but it was actually just on the border there. So a good guess, all things considered. Considering that I wasn't even sure about the continent, that's a fine result. 1.4k damage. Round number 4 here. We are somewhere in Europe. And some kind of a castle here looking down onto the countryside. Could be Germany here, I imagine. Yeah, Germany seems like a good shout. I think I'll just go for southern Germany. This looks like a German town to me. So I'll just click kind of Stuttgart, kind of Nuremberg kind of area. We are up on a biggish hill here, so I feel like this kind of area does work quite nicely. There are still other countries. Okay, we do have actually German here, so that's a good region all by us. I'm not really sure. Is this Neuschwanstein? I don't think it's no, it can't be Neuschwanstein, but it's somewhere near there. And our opponent does not guess. That's fantastic news for us. It was actually just in that Mannheim area, near where I've been. I've been to Heidelberg and Mannheim, but... Okay, what? That was it. Wow, we actually did enough damage in those previous rounds to take the win there. So let's see where that actually places us at the moment, because I feel like this is fairly good. Yeah, we're up to 155, so we can actually push. As I said, guys, we can, with the right results here, push into the top 100. So let's see if we get another win here. This time we're against Geoguessr, and the first round is looking like Latin America with this bin thing here. This one, again, should be Argentina. This one feels a bit further north, though. I don't really like Buenos Aires this time. So I think I'll kind of click Cordoba instead. Yeah, or maybe even a bit further north. I might actually go Santiago here. Is there anything else to say? I don't really think so. Although... yeah, there's not too much to go. We have like palms. I don't know if I should hedge further south. I think I'm actually just going to hedge a little further south and kind of go for a middle guess here. And it was just BA. Man, yeah, the world map loves BA. And so then we lose 600 points from that. Fortunately, our opponent doesn't go there either, because it didn't feel like a capital city, of course, but it was. Okay, next one's like Russia or Ukraine for sure. White number plate there. Short number plate as well. Bit of blue on that plate as well. So I would say then Ukraine's more likely. And I may actually go fairly western. Whoops, what is going on here, man? What has actually happened? Okay, I may actually go fairly western here, just because of the fact that we have a blue strip here. Now, could I be in the wrong country? I don't think so. I think it has to be Ukraine or Russia. And so I might just, yeah, I don't know. Let's go between Lutsk. Let's go in Zivagel, and see where it will be. And it was Latvia. Why did 2 of those plates not have blue strips? I do not know. Why did I not realize it was Latvia? I also do not know, but this is a terrible start against a lower rated opponent. Someone we really do not want to lose against. But okay, let's lock in here. We can still win this easily. This one, black car with a long antenna. It's going to be somewhere in the UK here. It's actually not an easy round without this language, but yeah, we'll definitely be somewhere in the UK. And you do see the black car long antenna every now and again there. Also quite common in Spain and Israel, and a few other countries do have it. I think maybe France has it, or maybe it's a white car. Anyway, he goes in Ireland, which is interesting. I should have gone further south there. Should have thought a bit more about my guess, but it's decent damage, and we've got to hang out for this healing round. Hopefully this isn't too hard. Looks not too bad. This should be somewhere in like, I thought maybe, what is this going to be? I think it's actually, we should be somewhere in Philippines here now. Can we work out what it should be? We've got like the uneven, okay, thinking of vibes here, maybe Luzon makes sense. Oh, we have painted poles, my meta. Let's go Luzon here around here. I think this should be correct, actually. So yeah, painted pole bottoms. This should be like kind of Quezon City, Manila area, anywhere from like here to here. And because of the dry vibe, I thought more northern. So we'll find out if that's correct or not. Should be. And yeah, that's a really good guess. This is just north of Manila. That's the huge damage we needed. And I understand the Peru guess there, to be honest, because it was not entirely obvious. But okay. Wow, we really clutched it up there. That's so fantastic that we were able to realize that. And now we are somewhere in Sri Lanka. I thought that we are not. That was just the car speaking. This is actually the Ghana car, though. Hard Ghana rounds are not too common, to be honest. But this one actually does not immediately strike me as Ghana, although we do have the front plate that's yellow and, of course, the tape as well. But normally I immediately know. This one actually took a little bit of thinking. And our opponent should get it, I imagine. Probably. I mean, wow. Wow, that was a really close guess, by the way, but we were losing to someone who really didn't know even Ghana car, so this is kind of why our start was so bad, and I was a bit scared. But 1.5 times damage here should be like Finland, I think. Yeah, Finnish bollards. Yeah, everything's Finnish here. This feels a little bit further north than not, maybe. So I'm gonna go actually middle of the country here. Just the kind of rockiness of it. What's Sweden? Did I really miss the bollards that bad? And that's a bit of damage. Another 1,000 points. Man, he's so low. I just need to play decently here. That was a real fumble. I'm actually so surprised I got that wrong. I don't know how I got that wrong. Here we are in Poland, which is great news, because we just have to out-hedge him. I think we just go central-southern here. Kind of gives me southern vibes. I'm going to go near Łódź here and hope for the best. I hope it's not northern. It doesn't feel northern, but I guess it could be. Something about it feels like kind of warm. It feels like the summer, maybe, but that's probably just why. He'll know it, so we just have to hope we out-hedge. He goes Czechia. Man, I can't believe I almost lost this guy. That was pretty bad, but we eventually take him out. So well played to him. Ends up being Wrocław, and we continue to rise up the leaderboard into the top 150 once again. And this must be just about the peak for the series so far. So one more win here, and we can feel extremely good. And we're against Lomba here, so should be the kind of game we win against an 850 rated player. That's kind of what the last guy was as well. And we are looking at here some double whites. Maybe Spain here, I could say. Yeah, this kind of feels like northern Spain, does it? Language definitely fits. Blue strips on all the plates, so we don't have to worry about that aspect of things. Yeah, Kaye and Rua, okay. So we're bilingual here. That is interesting. So yeah, we're definitely saying like one of these northern cities, Bilbao, maybe San Sebastian here makes the most sense. We do have an island out there as well, do we? No. We are in a bay though, so I don't mind that. I feel that's like is it Catalan or something? I don't know. It's one of these second languages. It's probably, yeah, it's one of these ones. I don't know which city. Maybe it is further. Maybe it's like this one here. That could certainly make sense. I think I like that better. Yeah, okay, it's one of these ones out here, but that's still a good result. You didn't see the North Ocean there, so we do 600 points damage. It's not too bad. So I wonder what that second language was there. Well, that wouldn't be. Okay, you guys tell me. It's the other one. It's Basque or something, isn't it? At that point. Anyway, here we have the this car, which with this road angle probably is just going to be somewhere around Ulaanbaatar, I imagine. The snow coverage, I think so. So it's this kind of road that runs up like this. Obviously, there are not too many angles that fit there. So I would say we're kind of just like on a stretch like this or something like that. But I could be wrong. I think Ulaanbaatar hedge is fine anyway. So we'll find out. Yeah, it's just near Ulaanbaatar there. It's not too bad. And so another couple 100 points damage there, not a bad start at all. Although, yeah, getting Mongolia with high multis is a bit scary. It's more about trying to win in the early rounds, I think, and not getting to the multis. But this is a hard round. Where are we? Somewhere in Europe, I thought. Let's just look at the buildings here. Buildings are fairly unclear. Generation 2 Trekker. Ah, man. I don't know what the country is. It feels fairly nice and warm. Could be like Germany here. I don't know if Germany has Generation 2 checker, but it feels like a good hedge. So I'll just kind of click on over here and hope for the best. Let's kind of go exploring here, see what it would have been like if we had have explored. It's definitely Europe, so that's the saving grace here. If it wasn't definitely Europe, I would have been a bit annoyed. Or a bit scared, rather. But over here... Okay, it was actually in southern Sweden. Finland was my first thought, so we wouldn't have actually been much closer in Finland, to be honest. And the Germany hedge pays off. Obviously, Germany pretty central there. definitely works. Okay, next one here, we are looking at something in Indonesia, I imagine. Yeah, feels like Indo. White bar is interesting. What do we have here? Nothing too helpful. I think probably Java most likely, though we don't have any polls to help us out. It is a little bit scary. I'm actually going to hedge at East Java here, even though I think like Central and West Java most likely. I also think it could be like Bali, Lombok. So I think this is kind of the middle of where it can realistically be with this kind of climate. But we'll find out soon enough. Taking a look over here, actually don't mind the guess. Although I'm not really sure what that pole top is. It could even be just Sumatra, but it is actually just a barley pole. So yeah, that was the other option there. It's going to be good damage, 1.8k, and we're seriously getting close to our very, very highest PB here, so I'm happy about that. Do we have to heal here? We don't have to heal, so we just immediately go for the guess. It's probably just Tunisia, although I could be wrong. Yeah, it is Tunisia. In fact, it's going to be northern Tunisia with this follow car, the Toyota, as opposed to the Mazda. So yeah, presumably Lomba gets at least a decent score here. It's not a difficult round with the black number plates everywhere as well. So yeah, presuming that we're going to be facing a higher HP opponent going into the next round. So well played to Lomba there. It would be funny if the last location was on Lombok and he failed it with that name, but it wasn't. So 1.5 times damage here. This looks like Europe again. We have a short antenna here. Architecture, we got Yellowfield in giveaway sign, so I think it's just going to be somewhere in Poland. I'm going to click middle here because it's Poland, but yeah, it's definitely Polish language, so our opponent should get it here. And I feel like middle hedge is actually quite reasonable here, though I don't really get a particular vibe, so I feel like that's just fine for me. I probably would have guessed the same had I, walked around for 5 minutes and looked at all the signs. And it was actually just all the way over here in the east of the country, and the Czechoslovakia guess was no good there, so definitely a weaker opponent here. We can't afford to lose this one. This is right-hand drive with a long antenna. Could actually be Poland again. We got, no, it's Korea this time, actually. Wow. This is, wait, or is it Iceland? Yeah, it's Iceland this time, wow. Why did I think Korea? Yeah, these yellow filled in signs definitely look quite Korean, but no, not at all. Just want to make sure here, we do have that blue writing on the number plate, so that's definitely Icelandic. This speed sign would only be Iceland as well, I think, because in like Sweden and Finland, they wouldn't use a square one, they use a circular one, so yeah. This should be Reykjavik, although I could see it being northern as well, and it is just Reykjavik. We're 2.4 kilometers away. He goes in Beck, or Ontario, so we do the maximum amount of damage there, and we get 3 more points, so 1280. Let's see where that places us in the world, guys. It's very exciting when we move up to a new milestone. 141. This is about as high as we've gone, definitely the highest amount of points we've gotten, so let's continue on here and connect to the game. Let's see what's going on. We are facing another kind of 800 rated player. That's really not fared too badly with us so far, but we definitely want to be able to win. This is Canada with a single line, although guessing the wrong side of Canada would be disastrous, so we should take a look around here. Ooh, this could be BC. BC is a possibility here, so I am a little worried. Houses probably do feel more like Ontario to me, but yeah, I could not count it out. I think we just have to go for our guess here. I think that's really like what the round is calling for. We just go like kind of like Ottawa area. I don't know. It is a bit weird. I'll go Perth. I hope this isn't BC. Let's take a look down the road, see if we got anything that's actually kind of definitive here. It's definitely Canada because of the single yellow, but whereabouts? Okay, I'm pretty confident that we don't have like the sticker on the bottom of the plate that you'd see in BC. It's just like near London there. That's a hard round. I understand going Manitoba there just as a hedge, because I wasn't sure, to be honest. So that's not a bad result. We could have gotten more points damage there, but that was not bad. Our next one here, we are in Europe, obviously, with this cobblestone. We do have blue strips, and we have a bit of red on the plate as well. Actually, we're lacking a blue strip on a lot of the plates as well. So, yeah, we have Russian, like, Cyrillic language and no antenna, so this basically has to be somewhere in North Macedonia. North Macedonia is the country after Croatia that lacks blue strips the most. They both kind of had blue strips being, like, entering into the country later on, so most cars in this parking lot you can see are lacking blue strips, or at least many. And so that is Skopje. That's not a bad result. He goes Bulgaria, which is a good guess, but we do another 700 points damage there, so immediately taking him to half health in the first 2 rounds, which is just fantastic. Our next one here, we got white painted bottoms of the poles. Should be like Bulgaria or something. We look very Bulgarian here. Yeah, this is like super Bulgarian. I can say that because of the flag on the back of the antenna, but particularly these kind of like tiled roofs, almost like houses feeling like almost Turkish, but not quite, in a way. And yeah, that's why I kind of clicked close to Turkey here as well. But yeah, this kind of winterish coverage, the tiled roofs, it's all going to be very Bulgarian. And it ends up being on that side of the country, although northern, and so the Romania guess is not too bad. But yeah, another 700 points. This is exactly how we want the duel to be going, especially because on Europe, you never gain too much. Okay, here we are. Classic old Delhi round here. This is just a throwaway round, essentially. We look around just to make sure it's not anywhere in Nigeria, but of course it's going to be Delhi here, and our opponent's guessed, which is good. So there we go. Again, we are doing damage, but nothing too significant on this fourth round. We're heading into the healing round with 6,000 health, so you know what that means. We're going to insta-guess here. This should be South Africa, I imagine, so let's try and plonk it exactly in the right spot. Boom. Yeah, it's actually going to be Botswana with the yellow rear plates, which is kind of good, because this could throw our opponent off. But with the left-hand drive, I mean, it's a very urban Botswana. It probably is just Gaborone. Actually, we have a mosque there. I've almost never seen that in Botswana. So it actually is Francistown. Maybe we can remember that. The Francistown Mosque is kind of interesting. But okay, moving on to the next one here. Well, 1.5 times damage, and we appear to be somewhere in Argentina, which can be scary in this series. Although, is it Mexico? Oh, we got a Nayarit plate. Okay, so Nayarit is right here. I believe that's the plate. I'm just going to go for it. I want to trust my memory here. That one with the red on the one side should be there. And to be honest, the landscape definitely fits. So, feeling good. We'll see though. It could be, like, the problem with plates is they do travel, so it is possible we have it wrong. But here's another one, so yeah, we're definitely good here, if I remember the plate correctly. Unless it's Oaxaca, but no, it is Nayarit, and we're right on the border there, but we come up with the win, just off that. Yeah, do we? No, 3 HP. I thought that was definitely going to be enough. I should have been paid more attention to where I clicked. And so double damage now. We could still lose the duel. Let's not be too foolhardy. This is maybe Croatia, feels most likely here. I think this is Croatia. We have the antenna, so it should not be Serbia. It's quite rare to have the antenna Serbia. So I'm going to click near Zagreb here. I think this is fine. I really do believe that this is Croatia, just on vibes alone, and the fact that we have a short antenna. Do we have a blue strip there? We may? It's kind of hard to tell. What about other cars? Because that's the best way to say. That house number I've never seen before. Red with white. It's actually Czechia. Are we closer? We are not closer at all. Oh, we are? No way. 10 points. Oh, that's a moment, bro. That is a moment right there. Goodness me. I've never won a duel in such a funny fashion with a terrible guess. It's just Czechia. Wow, I did not get Czech vibes off that round at all. We get another 3 points with a bad guess, and let's go through to another game to end off the video here. So, if we got flaws on this game, that would be so fantastic. Unfortunately, we just weren't facing high enough rated opponents, but this is reaching new heights of the series, guys. Let's not get too cocky. We still have to win this one. Yellow field and sign is strange. Looks like Spain though, right? So I think I just guessed Spain. Could it be Greece? Yes. Why don't we have center lines though if it's Greece? Dilemma. This yellow field and sign would say Greece more, that's for sure. Maybe Crete. That's what it looks like. I think it looks like Crete here, guys. This is risky though. It is risky, but I'm gonna try it. Yellow field and sign should mean it. I think like thick red border is also Greece, not only Spain. I don't love it, but I think I'm right. I don't know. It can still be Spain, I think. We'll find out here just in a moment. Let's see if I'm right. And it was actually Crete. We both get it, though. So that's one of the first times I've guessed Crete without any signs in a time I really needed to. So that's a good start to the duel. And this is Australia. We get rewarded for our good guess with something nice. This should be like Melbourne. Feels like Melbourne. Yeah, it's a Melbourne poll. Yeah, everything's checking out for Melbourne here, indeed. So maybe northern suburbs make the most sense to me here. I hope I'm not wrong. It's still possible that this could be like another Victorian city, but I'm quite sure it's Melbourne. I guess Sydney is no, this is Melbourne. When you see this like stool thing with the red on top, that's Melbourne. Gotcha. We are absolutely fine. What? Oh, I thought that was a red no stopping sign for a second. And of course we're there. Ends up being near in Dandenong there, but yeah, we're gonna do a good amount of damage there. So that's very gratifying. I can understand the Sydney guess. It did, like, Sydney was my second thought, but okay, blue on both sides of the plate here. Do we have rifts? We do have mini rifts. This is just gonna be Albania, isn't it? Not really sure where I'd guess in the country here. Maybe near Durrës kind of makes the most sense here. Just good to put the pressure on because the rifts are not huge here, so he may actually miss that. Normally you do get bigger rifts, but yeah, long antenna also makes sense, and it's just kind of southern there. Vlor, we had some like eucalyptus trees there or something, so maybe I'll try and remember that for next time I get a Albania with eucalyptus. But the next one here, want to do some damage here, should be like Sweden, fairly, Red Road. Ooh, I mean, that doesn't necessarily strike me as a Swedish bus stop, so I'm kind of confused about what this country is, to be honest. Red Road, though, right? I mean, it feels Baltic based on the architecture. It's Baltic, man. This is like a really super rare Red road in like, I mean, the bus window, you can use bus windows to work out which country it is, but they're blurred. They're literally blurred, so I can't figure out which country it is. I guess I go, I don't know. Maybe, but like vibes-wise, I guess like maybe far west Latvia? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough here. Let's go check out some polls to see which country this actually is. Or if I've just completely screwed up this round. Polls-wise, probably like Estonia, right? Let's say Estonia. Yeah, Estonia polls-wise, I think. We'll find out, though, if I'm right about that or not. And it is actually just Latvia. Okay, so kind of some interesting poll tops there. And we come up with a pretty good guess, considering I had no idea for half the round there. That's actually not a bad result. But our opponent seems to be pretty good, playing beyond their rating so far, I would say. Anyway, we don't really need too many points here. We just go, I don't know. I couldn't tell if this is Denmark or Britain, but we don't need that many points, so we just guess between. I think this is like a temporary Danish plate, so yeah, feeling good about that. Where's the steering wheel is on the left-hand side there, so right-hand drive should just be somewhere in Denmark, and we will go to full health. Of course, so let's see if he figured it out where it was, and he did. Good job to him, and we move forward here. He gets basically a good amount of healing there, so we have only a slight advantage here after our good Melbourne guess. And we are looking at a 1.5 times damage in Europe somewhere here. I would say maybe Croatia, Slovenia make the most sense here. Slovenia probably winning at the moment. Mini Hotel. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of them. I think I'd just go Slovenia here, to be honest. But yeah, it's kind of unpleasant that we don't see anything that's too concrete in the way of a clue. But yeah, I kind of like Eastern Slovenia. I don't know. We just go. It's middle of Europe. We don't lose too many points even if we're wrong, and if we're right, you know, we put the pressure on and we get some nice advantage. No blue strip here, so probably just okay. You do get that fairly often in Slovenia as well. Just ends up being near Ljubljana there, and it's 300 points damage for our opponent. So well played to him. Again, good guesses. As I said, playing quite nicely here as our opponent. But to double damage here. This looks like a Czech sign. I would say this is Czechia. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of click middle Czechia here. Actually, it feels quite healing. I don't know. I'm gonna click northern Czechia here. Yeah, this font is not bold, so that should mean we are somewhere in Czechia for that reason. Unless I've completely missed the country, but everything this like language is very Czech. And another good guess from our opponent, again, like constantly surprising me, is Leo Francisco here, or Francioso. And the next one is going to be somewhere in Laos, and our opponent will know that. This is fairly mountainous, all sides. Do we actually see the place name here? I actually kind of want to check. This is definitely like one of the place names, but it's not one that I recognize, unfortunately. Luang Prabang. Okay, nice. Reading was actually not cringe on this occasion because Luang Prabang is right there. It's probably the city I would have gone in anyway because it's so mountainous. And where does he go? He actually just goes in Vientiane there, which is interesting because you don't have to Google car in Vientiane. So that's a good result for us there. He's down to half health, and we get Australia again. Fantastic. Finally, some good luck for us here. This should be Perth, and this should be a knockout. Although, it's not easy. Okay, this is actually Queensland. Wow. Kind of a difficult round here. Okay, I just want to confirm. That looks like Gold Coast buildings to me. Unless this is New Zealand? No. Never New Zealand here. Long antenna, it can't be New Zealand. Okay, so I think this is actually Gold Coast. I think we're looking at the Gold Coast to the north there, so Burleigh Heads. I think that's where we are. Yeah, it just has to be with that skyline, I think. It's not Perth. Yeah, we don't have Perth number plates, which is extremely gratifying to me, because I couldn't be 100% sure on a location like this. And we should knock him out here. I don't see how he gets close here. It just seems unlikely. Yeah, he goes South Africa. That's and we're 11 kilometers away, so that's definitely exactly how I expected that to go. And we end off the video with a bang there, guys. So we'll play it there, and let's check out where we are in the world here. We are at 133. So next episode, you know we're going all the way to 1,300, all the way to that mythical top 100. This would be a massive breakthrough in the series. All you guys saying that I should start moving, not just yet. We're not moving just yet. We are still playing well. We're still rising up the leaderboard. Guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Smash like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.